Greetings, geeks, and welcome to episode 446 of Geeks in Space. This is the distancing of the Juggalos Part 2. I am Rob Commander Taco Malda, and joining me today in Pretend Low Earth Orbit, I have two of the finest geeks you're ever going to meet. I have Chris DeBona.
Hello, everybody.
Rob Roseboom.
Hey there.
I'm sitting down. All right, let's see. Hey, Siri, turn on office lights. I got to get my UV lights on to, really see if I can... maximize my protection from the COVID.
All right, here, let me turn up my light here so that I can, and I'll swallow it.
Yeah. I've been sleeping under grow lights just to help fight off the COVID.
Well, you were doing that just to maximize your body's natural biochemistry.
Right.
I actually really like this light.
To help with photosynthesis. I mean, I haven't gotten there yet, but one day.
So what color temperature is the best against COVID? Like 3,000 or probably 6,000, here, I'm going to go full blue.
Like super cold?
Yeah. Super cold light. Hey, everybody. I'm killing COVID.
We've already been told that it doesn't like southern hemisphere warm climate, right?
Yeah.
So therefore,
I have to go full tropical.
Right. We should probably go to 2,000, maybe 1,500. It should be pretty dang yellow.
My light only goes to 3,000. I'm gonna die of COVID.
Have you filled your humidifier with bleach yet? I mean, I like to have a fine mist of chlorine bleach around the house.
Okay, so it's funny that you say this because apparently there's a Ryobi tool that's used for fogging mosquitoes and plants with pesticides. Okay, and so you feel it takes like a half gallon of chemical. And it basically is it spits out a mist like that, right? So you cannot find these things. Apparently they started using them on the trains and they were spraying bleach and stick with me here, Mr. President, maybe people are putting their mouths on it.
Ooh.
And it's like $100 tool. So just saying.
Yeah. I mean, when the Juggalos have a better grasp of the science.
Again, I'm going to come to the defense of Juggalos. I mean, yeah, there was that whole magnets thing and that, but this is a community of people who are bonding over a shared love for Insane Clown Posse.
Right.
Is that any weirder? I mean, it doesn't mean that they're going to go out and drink bleach at the command of some rip-off artist in Washington. Just saying.
Yeah, Shaggy 2 Dope is keeping it very real and not inhaling bleach or alcohol. Well, he's probably inhaling alcohol.
I think there's alcohol.
I'm not saying these people are drug-free. I'm just saying that I don't assume that Juggalos are terrible,
No, I don't either.
Yeah, not terrible. I just I'm not into making fun of Juggalos, man. I think they're all right people. I've seen worse people.
I have a very close family member who had a Juggalo or an Insane Clown Posse poster on his wall in high school.
If we're very quiet, I can share with you that at one point my wife really liked the Insane Clown Posse. I don't think she went full face makeup. But she definitely knows the source material.
Okay, let's talk about wives. I love my wife, but the reality is if Gene Wilder were 30 years younger, I wouldn't be married to her. She'd be married to Gene Wilder because he's amazing.
And he's from a world of pure imagination.
He's remarkable, right? So just saying. When he died, it was a very sad day. We don't really have lists, or passes or any of that stuff because we're not really that kind of couple. But Gene Wilder, man, he was like the root of her. I don't know. She loved that guy. So there you go.
So you're saying is that your wife's hall pass is long gone, and so you're probably fine.
Probably, yeah. Well, not hall pass. We would never do that. But yeah. So there you go.
My hall pass, my hall pass with my wife is understood to be Jennifer Aniston, but more specifically 1994 Jennifer Aniston. So my hall pass requires not only for Jennifer Aniston to be a willing participant, but the existence of time travel.
I thought you were nutty for the Pitch Perfect girl.
Anna Kendrick is like, if I was actually trying to put a real hall pass situation together with my wife, she'd be at the top of the deck, man.
Oh, okay. Well, she's just cute, you know. She's a cute kid.
She's funny. Her and the Zombieland one, Emma Stone. Those are my favorites. Let's see. Yep, The Gathering of the Juggalos postponed. Their letter was nice.
It was.
Ah, man.
Yeah, they finally canceled Electric Forest as well, and that's a big music festival in Michigan. They they delayed the Olympics at least, which is good, and yeah. COVID rules.
That's right. So let's see. I had a couple of kind of amusing stories on the list. One is an older one about an Armenian woman who accidentally took down Armenia's internet with a shovel. She was scavenging copper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but not she accidentally cut the fiber while trying to get copper from nearby. I guess they're probably stealing other wires. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, we had this problem with some of the cables we were pulling in from the east coast of Africa. We were trying to pull copper further in, and we were unsuccessful because people were like, "Thanks for the free stuff," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." That was a long time ago.
I also have a nice image, which is that Joe Exotic is actually Steve Irwin's Wario.
That's actually kind of brilliant.
Yeah, it's kind of perfect. And maybe the funniest thing that I've read in a long time is that there's complaints on Quora for people that have MacBook Pros plugged in and overheating. The official solution is to plug them into the USB-C port on the other side, because apparently they vent more heat. Like one side generates more heat than the other. So that's big ups, Apple.
Weird. It's weird. It's weird. And the thing is, so in laptops, for a long time, they're like, well, you want to put your Thunderbolt port only on one side, because otherwise running the lines and insulating them properly on the board is really hard, or you have to actually run physical wires, and then the interface is hard. So we've known this about Thunderbolt for a while, but then but USB, dude, and also Apple, why do you do stuff like this? Anyway, it's a silly.
I understand. I finished Tales from the Loop this morning.
Was it worth it?
Yeah, it does not get a ringing endorsement, but I will say that in these melancholy, emotionally filled times, it is just a show that kind of embraces an emotion and just kind of lets you hang out in that emotion for a while. And it's the other thing that's cool is that each episode is kind of taking, a traditional sci-fi trope, a time travel trope or a consciousness transfer trope. Like, we've seen these all before, and the stories are like just kind of gently flowing through. Like, every one of those stories could be edited down to be a 30-minute episode and not sad, or not so sad. But then it would be a different show. It ended satisfyingly for me, but it never wrapped the bow on the thing that I really wanted to, that I like, something to make it. Like, they don't answer anything really.
Yeah, sounds boring. It's one of my tabs is making noises. You guys talk. I have to track this down.
Let's play the game Make Fun of Chris while he tries to find the talking tab.
It's driving me crazy.
I wish I had a stereo microphone, because then I could yell at you from different sides of the screen and really mess with you.
Well, for a little bit, I thought it was you guys. Like it was one of yours coming through the mic, but
Because my wife is in the basement directly below me banging on something.
Nah, no, it's not that. Bang away, cat. Bang away.
Bang away. It's true. So our next watching movie is going to be Star Trek: The Motion Picture, and I
Not
won't
to be
lie.
confused with Superman, the pictureless picture from last time.
Yeah, well, there is also that. We'll have to figure that snarf out. I was kind of grouchy when I figured out, but OBS does something weird about how it like loses the window that it's capturing to, and then just stops sometimes. And I think that it gets confused by like the names of tabs because that's how it's identifying the streaming window. It makes me grouchy.
Here's what you do. So did you get your AverMedia intake box yet?
Oh, you mean an Amazon order, Chris? Are you asking me if I got an Amazon order?
That is exactly what I'm asking you. Yes, because
I haven't got an Amazon order in like 3 weeks, and that was kitty litter.
so one of these, right? Run one of your NUCs or your Mac into this, and then plug it in
I got a
to
plan.
a machine because this just looks like a webcam,
Right.
to everything. So you could do that, or I could do it. If we all agree on which cut we're going to use. And
Now my the streaming thing, the device you speak of was ordered 3 weeks ago and is scheduled to arrive today, but it has no tracking number. So I'm gonna just go ahead and go on a limb and be like, yeah, I'm not gonna have that anytime soon.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna go to Best Buy to pick that up. But no, I have a couple of ideas of how I can make it technically work. But what it's really going to come down to is my best plan might actually just be to put up a second monitor or else tile. So there's a whole slew of annoying little things. Like you have to keep the aspect ratio of the windows consistent. Otherwise, all of the stuff moves around. And so it's just a whole slew of annoying technical problems. And I don't like it, is what I'm saying, I guess. It should be easier than this. I wonder if like future generations of Windows are just going to have OBS level functionality built in. Like it seems like with the popularity of streaming these days, that would just be something that would happen now. Are you being attacked by some sort of wild animal?
Me?
I don't know. Somebody sounds like they're being attacked by something. Like there's like small, heavy, angry feet.
It's my keyboard. It's fine. Okay, I'm back. Hi.
Did you see I think it's NVIDIA that's got it, the GPU keyboard noise reduction?
Birds.
Yeah, those are not my birds.
What is going on, dude? Okay, I'm gonna hang up. I'll be right back.
When he's gone, let's talk about him. Oh, remember Chris? What a douche.
His is filled with birds somehow.
He shouldn't be allowed out of his box. Oh, he's back.
Those are my birds. They're not my birds. I mean, do you own a bird? I don't own a bird.
Did you know that you can just go down to the park if you want a pigeon and take one? Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
You can just have one. Those are free.
I don't.
True.
I don't want a tree rat. So just for the record. Sorry about that. It was weird. There were so many weird things going on. This is a new computer. I took all the stuff off the old computer and plugged it into this computer.
What case was that? You shared a picture.
Oh, it's an MSI Trident X Plus. I can show it to the screen, like so.
You shared a picture. Thanks, Chris. Very in focus.
If you want focus, you're gonna have to try harder.
No, it looks thin.
It's about 6.5, 7 inches wide. About, I don't know, 15 inches, 17 inches tall. It's got a 2080 Super in it, and I upgraded the memory to 64 gigs.
For reasons.
And well, the funny thing about it is, I had to take the CPU cooler off to get at the memory, and so now I'm looking up CPU and GPU temperatures to make sure I did it right.
So you haven't did you apply the proper amount of thermal paste?
Well, I didn't.
Uh-oh.
That's the only way to answer that question.
Yeah.
So I didn't clean it right because I just got it. So I was like, fuck it, pop. And I put like a little drop, like the littlest drop just to fill in the gaps from removing it, so I didn't even lap it, which I know is just, I've turned my nerd card, but
I think that Linus Tech Tips hears you and is going to come and strangle you from a great distance.
Well, it's funny because he has this great video, different ways of cleaning CPU coolers, and he uses like orange juice and soda pop and Windex and beer and vodka, and he's like, yeah, so this one works good, this doesn't work, So it was a really funny video. So yeah. So I measured I ran TimesBuy, which is a GPU and CPU stress test, and my CPU maxed out at 97 degrees Celsius. So I haven't checked if that's smart yet.
That's
and hot. What's that?
That's a bit hot.
It's a bit hot, but I mean, it's 99 CPU, so they get a bit hot.
Yeah, that's a bit hot, man.
Yeah, and then the 2080 GPU just got to 72, but I didn't mess with its cooling, so
okay, under full load, how loud is that thing? Like, can you hear it? Like,
oh, it's not bad. It's like whoosh. Yeah, no, they did a really good job on this device.
Because that's been my biggest problem has been trying to get noise down to a bare minimum, and I'm not willing. I don't get to just buy a video card and then not have it for 5 years. So I want to make sure I get the right one, and so I keep trying to like find honest acoustic tests of these cards because it's gonna basically have to sit like within earshot of my microphone, and I don't want it to be like loud and annoying and audible on a microphone. You've seen my PC parts list though. Uriah makes fun of me because I have the wrong chipset, and he's all like, "You shouldn't use that chipset. You should use this other chipset." I'm like, "It's gonna save me $20," and that's not really. When your decisions are between an $800 GPU and a $400 GPU, the $20 for two different motherboards is not like the thing, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so yeah, I'm running a little hot, 97 degrees.
Yeah, that's you don't want that.
That's like, well, I mean, my mean temperature is fine. I'm sitting at like 51, 51, 54, 57, 50, 55. Anyway, so yeah, I'll probably pull the cooler, lap it, reapply the thermal paste, of course, because I'm a good nerd.
You should clean it with new Coke.
What's that?
You should clean it with new Coke.
No, that was not one of the higher rated ones. But yeah, so I'll do that later today. But yeah,
vanilla Coke.
It's a heck of a machine. The nice thing about the i9-9900K, that on this motherboard you can basically hit pump the gas, and then when it goes into boost modes for games, like it'll go 5.1 gigahertz flat out. It's a rocket. So I'm really looking forward to trying that out.
I am my current machine is going to be a Ryzen 3600X, and it's fine. I keep going back and forth between and it's totally just the $400 switch between, well, I can get a 2060 or a 2080, and it really is only like 10% difference in performance. 20%. It's not a huge difference in performance.
Yeah, but if your goal is to game, I don't know. The 2060 is actually really good.
It's it'd be totally
gaming
fun.
At HD. 2060 is going to do the job.
I have a 4K monitor, but I would probably still end up gaming at 1440 or 1080p anyway.
Depending on how serious you are about this video thing, having, spending the extra that $400 taking you to the absolutely nicest 3950 with the 24 or 32 cores, that craziness is going to be way more effective. But those are so hard to get right now. We were having a really hard time getting them.
Well, each of those things is just like, you can either do the normal thing, or you can spend like an extra $300 and get a GPU that's going to get you 10-15% more frame rate, or spend an extra $200-300 and get a CPU that will be marginally better if you use lots of cores, and most of the time, most people don't.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, I could spend an extra $1,000 if I wanted to. But I guess the flip side to this too is that whatever I buy, I'm probably stuck with. As you're well aware, my MacBook that I talk to you through right now is over 8 years old. This is not uncommon for me anymore.
Is it hot on the right side?
It's hot on all sides because it's an 8-year-old MacBook that is doing its thing.
Yeah.
Dissipate and heat through your genitals. Welcome to Apple.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do we have anything else fun
Is that
on our
their
list?
new slogan?
Yeah, things got weird after Cook took over. So I got some bad news. You might not be aware of this, but there are no new movies coming out to theaters this weekend.
Huh.
I know.
Strange.
And Devs is done, so there's almost nothing to look forward to. There's new Clone Wars and new Westworld this weekend. New Harlequin. There's not much, man. We're probably gonna all go crazy drinking our bleach, shining our UV lights on our faces, and thinking about how great it is to be America.
Margo.
Well, not just our faces.
Where are you putting your bleach, man?
You're supposed to. I don't know.
I think we lost him. Let's make fun of him while he's gone.
Chris froze.
I froze.
He's back. I see his eyes. I see his eyes moving at least.
It's probably because his CPU is at 97 degrees Celsius.
It's not. It's at 52. Of my 8 cores, my hottest right now is 61. What does it take to make it go up? Is my question. Here, you guys say stuff.
If our audio properties are making your CPU go up, then you need a new computer, because I have a feeling that like the blur behind you is probably more taxing.
Oh, that's what's
audio.
doing it. Yeah.
You gotta have that fake soft background, man.
Here, let me unfake my background. Give me a sec.
Welcome to troubleshooting here on Geeks in Space. We're talking about 97 degree CPUs and how to fix it.
Tacos Tech Tips.
Tacos Tech Tips. We recommend using vanilla Coke to clean off your CPU's thermal.
Okay, so
or cream soda in a pinch.
But
Don't
only
pinch
A&W. If you try to use like any other brand, you run the risk of shorting the whole thing out.
how do you
What's the other root beer brand? There's the A&W and there's an H one. Hires. There you go.
Barks.
I wasn't thinking like the fancy ones. Barks is like a fancy man's root beer.
Dog and Suds.
Ooh, Dog and Suds. Love Dog and Suds. The A&W near our house is actually open, and they were doing like
really?
Well, they're the drive-in, but like the old-fashioned park your car and the waitress brings your food to your car kind of joint.
Sure.
And so for them, actually, social distancing is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I always liked A&W.
There's a place just south of here called Clyde's that is open too. To drive in like that.
I haven't eaten a meal. No, we had Zingerman's for my in-laws' 50th anniversary, and that was the only time that I've eaten a restaurant cooked meal since all of this started.
Yeah, we do. We still order our Friday night pizza for the kids, and we've done a couple of takeouts from some of our local restaurants that haven't gone out of business. You know, so that's nice. They're a little not as good as they were before the COVID.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's too bad. Also, Rob, I think have you put a level on your Lego figures there?
It might have got bumped. No, it's actually straight. I think it's just
okay. It's just the camera angle. Okay, that's fine. It was bought. It's so wrong.
Just Rob's working on his core right now, so this whole podcast is just leaned back at 45 degrees.
Oh, the reason I was The reason I was late is I was laying the little like exercise floor in the garage because my wife is putting in. We put in a TRX there, and that's where the treadmill and the rest are. So my exercise is actually building the exercise space. So I was taping with gaffer tape up all this stuff, and by the time I wrapped up and I was done with about 4/8 of the floor, sorry, 4/5 of the floor, it was 2 a.m, so I'm exhausted.
Did you correct that fraction because you didn't want us to think that you were incapable of reducing a fraction on the fly?
Well, no, I wanted to give you the proper proportions, and it's actually
bonus.
still not completely correct. I really have 3 more sections, and I've done 6, so it's really 6/9, which reduces to, you get the point, 2/3.
Yeah, dude. I have to talk about.
It's not about you. It's not about you.
Numerators and denominators with my kids. I get it.
I cannot tell you. Not a day goes by where I don't say something about denominators and numerators. Not a day. I'm constantly talking about it. I'm saying, listen, yeah, the numerator is X, but the denominator is blah. Yeah. So the numerator is Donald Trump thinks he's saving lives. The denominator, he thinks he's doing it with bleach. It's like, I say it all the time. It doesn't make any sense. I really should go back to school.
Of all of the math that you use, like as an adult, beyond like addition, subtraction, multiplication, numerators, denominators, and percentiles are like,
they're the best.
That's all you really like. When was the last time that you actually really needed to, compute the derivative of something? I mean,
I did, but
again, you're in a little bit of a weird state, but that's not like a normal person thing that you don't need that to balance your checkbook or to figure out if you can afford to go on vacation.
Well, I mean, my 401k probably used derivative. My 401k.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You mean your 301k?
200 and a half. Yeah.
200 and a half.
I don't know. So, as I told you, I went to cash late last year because I was just like Trump said something. I'm like, you know what? The economy is not going to be in great shape until we have a new president. And that president, hopefully Warren at the time, I don't know. I was like, actually tries to fix the economy as opposed to just, strip mine it. And so because I was just feeling so weird. And so I went to cash and I was like, I'm just going to stay like this forever until something happens. And then, but 401k, I've got a 20-year time horizon before I retire. It's fine. This all happened. No, listen, I'm not some genius when it comes to stocks. I was in index funds and I'm like, you know what? I just want to take a break, and then, yeah, my wife's like, I don't know why you did that, but because we talked about it. She's like, I thought you were being a little alarmist, but wow. But then, looking at like the one time I looked at the 401k and it was down probably 20%. I'm like, oh no, not going to look at this for another 5 years. I'm just not even going to look at it.
Yeah. Can't.
So,
yeah, I just don't look. I just don't look. Yeah. I looked. I balance my checkbook on the first of the month. So I looked at on April 1 and then was really, really sad. And I'm not going to look again until May.
No, I'm not going to look until 2022. That's I'm just going to keep throwing money in it, and yeah, that's it. America.
Let's see.
America.
All right, so we got Star Trek to watch this weekend. What else should we? What's a good thing for us to enjoy this weekend? We need some joy.
Yeah. What?
Happy.
I've been enjoying Killing Eve. I've been enjoying.
I've got that on my list. That's next on my list.
Better Call Saul wrapped up its season.
I was saving that one, maybe, but again, that's a show again that's like gonna make me feel sad. So I'm really trying to avoid shows that make me feel sad.
I have to be honest with you. It is so. It's what it. I don't even want to call it a show. It's like. I can watch TV or I can watch. Better Call Saul. It's so good. And the performances they get out of their actors. Yeah. I mean, it's incredible, man. Kim Wexler.
Yeah.
Just that character is just
this season. This season in particular is really, really good.
You know, I'm glad we watched it as it came out, because I savored every single one of those things. So off the hook good. Anyway, so yeah, really good.
Yeah.
But that's wrapped up. So, but you could watch that. You could
Yeah,
watch it.
I knew for me personally that I just need to sit down and do it like over 3 days, because I know it's gonna affect me, because that show is really good.
Upload doesn't start until
So-
May 1st or 2nd on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a while.
Yeah.
We have been watching Kidding, getting caught up on that show. And
Kidding?
I don't
I watched
Kidding.
the first part of
Yeah,
that.
it's Jim Carrey's show.
Yeah.
It is the most like weird / funny / depressing show I have ever seen, I think. It's
Is it about
it's
his
amazing.
wife? Is it about his wife going around killing people?
No, well, I mean kinda. He's basically Mr. Rogers. He's this character called Mr. Pickles. And
Okay.
he has this wildly popular daytime show for children with puppets. He works with his sister. And then one day, his wife is driving the minivan with their twins, and they're in a horrible car accident, and his son dies.
Yeesh.
And it is about his slow descent in depression. They end up getting divorced. A whole bunch of crazy stuff happens with the show. Now, as I'm explaining this, it sounds bleak as hell, but I swear to God, it's a comedy. It is one of the weirdest things you'll ever watch, and it is fantastic. It just, yeah.
No, I'm gonna not.
Yeah,
I'm not good.
I
at the
highly
feedback
recommend it.
on that.
I'm
Yeah, you go ahead. You let us know. You let me know.
he did.
Yeah.
He's letting you know.
I already did.
Great.
I appreciate you letting me know.
Yeah, and it's not like the whole show is about that. That's just, that sets the stage.
I had a hard
for
time
his
with the
descent.
one that you recommended to me a while ago about what was it, the crazy cop?
Happy?
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. In Between. Oh, Happy.
Happy, yeah.
Happy, yeah.
I had a hard time
Happy
with that.
is very Happy was very, very rough, and then later they stopped trying to even have any sort of cohesive story, and it got better, just because it was random.
All right,
But
folks.
it had Orcus in it, so there you go.
I'll
Sure.
now that I'm done with On the Loop or Tales from the Loop, I think Killing Eve or Kidding is next. The wife and I watched one episode of Vagrant Queen. I think we'll try another one of those, but it's not a home run for sure. Oh,
So
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, didn't one of you watch the weird fairy steampunk land in Amazon?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. I can't bring myself to do it. Was it worth it?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Flash was.
I mean, there are bits of kind of cool stuff in it, like the world is sort of everything. There's no surprises, I guess, in it. The monster is very cool, very, very cool. One of the best sort of monsters I've seen in a long time. I mean, it's okay.
Okay.
The season premiere of the whatever return for Flash was pretty boring. It looks like the actor that plays Joe, in real life, he hurt his back, and it looks to me like they wrote him out for the season, so he didn't have to work. It feels clumsy. And then Legends of Tomorrow. I mean, I always like Legends of Tomorrow. It is what it is. I enjoy that show. They actually went to the set of Supernatural. And like literally are walking through the set of Supernatural, discussing Supernatural on Legends of Tomorrow, which kind of tickled me. Let's see. Well, folks, I think it's time for us to bid our farewells. I get to go see an eye doctor today. I'm excited.
Wait, you're gonna go see an eye doctor today?
Yeah, this is I've literally left my house twice in like 40
Wow.
days now, and both times are to see eye doctors. Pretty excited.
That's pretty cool.
No. All right, folks. This has
All
been
right.
episode 446 of Geeks in Space, the distancing of the Juggalos part 2. I'm Rob Commander Taco Malta.
Wait,
Thanks.
before we go, we have to sort of explain that the first Necro review of Superman, we didn't have video.
Yeah, it didn't show up. Well, did the
Yeah,
whole thing?
so
I watched enough. I wasn't sure if we got stuck or if the whole thing got stuck or what.
I think the whole thing got stuck.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
OBS just like lost the window that it was supposed to be streaming.
yeah, it was weird. Yeah, I have no idea what happened there. It was
It
really
does
strange.
that when you start when I start tabbing around, like I can't use the streaming machine for anything except basically pressing start and stop because it like sometimes just loses the window that it's supposed to
Right.
be streaming. It's weird. But I did update OBS like right before this call to the latest version. So maybe that was a bug because I'd been avoiding doing any software updates for risk of it making things worse. So we'll see. We'll try
Yeah.
again with Star Trek next week.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, folks.
All right.
Thanks, Rob Roseboom.
Yep, I'm gonna go gargle bleach.
Sweet. Thanks, Chris DeBona.
I'm gonna go eat a light bulb.
All right, I'm gonna go lay in a tanning bed without any sort of UV.
Again.
Yeah, without any sort of sauce on my skin. Take care.